Here we go.
All right.
Good.
Jason, are you ready?
Yep, go.
All right. Give your count when you guys are ready.
5, 4, 3, 2. What's up, everybody? Tom Curran, Phil Perry. It's the quick and dirty training camp wrap. Day 3 in the books. The heat's a little hotter. Was the action hotter, Phil?
The action was hotter and just plain better for the offense today. I thought they really hit back after a rough end to yesterday's practice. Mac Jones, 14 for 19 in competitive team periods today. One of those incompletions, a drop by Kendrick Bourne, but he was accurate in tight spaces, Tom. And again, the kind of day when you're focused on the red zone as they were today, as they have been really all week, you want to see guys like Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Devontae Parker make plays, and all of those guys, I would say, won the day today. When they were given opportunities, they came up and made big plays.
And they were in deep red zone today more than in previous days. They were back around the 20. One of the highlight catches of the practice was a twisting, turning, over-the-top mossing by Jonnu Smith over Kyle Duggar. Good day for Jonnu Smith, who we all understand has to have a very productive 2022, and he knows it as well.
I would say that Smith on 2 passes, not consecutive passes, but very close back-to-back in the same period, beat Kyle Duggar pretty soundly. And Hunter Henry, when he made a leaping grab late in the practice for another touchdown in the back corner of the end zone, he was one-on-one on the outside. They split him wide the way they used to do with Rob Gronkowski, and he beat Kyle Duggar. So not a great day for Kyle Duggar. We're still waiting for him to make a play really kind of pop in this training camp.
Yeah, it was funny because the first one was a mossing, and it was a mossing by Hunter Henry, I believe, over Duggar on Thursday. But the second one was a terrific back shoulder throw from Mac Jones. But again, this is not to say Kyle Duggar's a bust, but this is more, hey, let's look at the kismet that's being created between Mac Jones and those 2 tight ends, which he already had some with Henry. We wrote about that and talked about it, but to get there with Jones is important. How did Bailey Zappi look? Because Brian Hoyer didn't practice today. Could be a veteran's rest day. I spoke to him a bit yesterday, and he indicated that might be the case. But at some point, Brian Hoyer is not going to be playing professional football anymore. Is Bailey Zappi looking like a player who could ascend to be a backup for the Patriots? So he stood him one.
Maybe at some point. And Stidham was a 4th-round pick in 2019, and he was given the backup job essentially right away. He was the week 1 backup for Tom Brady that year. I wouldn't say Bailey Zappi's ready for that just yet. Now, he did have one positive moment where he dropped a very nice throw into the bucket it was Ken.
We're
gonna have to recheck the notes on
I thought
that
he
one.
had a back right pylon catch.
Ty Montgomery, that's who it was.
Yes,
Ty
it was.
Montgomery.
My bad.
Ty
It was a
Montgomery
forward ball. Ty is 14.
into tight coverage, bucket throw on a wheel route from Montgomery. Great throw. Bailey Zappi was also picked off on 2 separate occasions. Once by Adrian Phillips, once by Justin Bethel, who still had the oven mitts on so that he can't grab receivers. So very impressive play from Bethel. But Zappi just, listen, he's a rookie. He's not going to be able to string a full practice together probably at this point. But that's why I would say you can't make him the backup just yet.
Also, there was a pick for Mac Jones. And I'm already at the point where when I see a pick and Mac Jones has thrown it, I'm like, all right, who screwed up? Somebody screwed up. That's not Mac. Who did it? Jalen Mills ended up on the receiving end of the ball. Nobody was more surprised than Jalen Mills.
Well, it did look like somebody screwed up. Now, we don't know if it's Mac Jones or if it was Jacoby Myers who was in the area, but it looked like Myers broke his route out to the sideline, and Mac Jones placed the pass essentially on the numbers where Jalen Mills was just standing there, and it split the 2 right in the middle of his jersey. So clear mistake there. But otherwise, I thought Jones, again, really accurate. Even some of his incompletions, Tom, again, one was a drop by Bourne. One was a pass batted at the line of scrimmage. So for the most part, he was on point again today.
Fun day. They had a little contest at the end where the fellas were out here catching punts, multiple punts, had to cradle the ball. We had Trey Nixon versus Marcus Jones. Who got the W at the end?
I have no idea. That game went on for way too long. It was like a 20-minute game at the end of practice. I can't imagine Bill Belichick is sitting there saying, are we supposed to be out here? Whose idea was this anyway? It took forever.
We worked with us with the Giants. So the Patriots, again, will be back on the practice field tomorrow, Saturday. Sunday will be an off day if you're planning on coming down. I would count on probably tomorrow being a casual kind of day for practice after 3 of these, a little more ramped up. They give them a day and a half before they put the pads on. I could be wrong, but that's just my sense. The nose knows knowing what.
Little bit of news other than the Hoyer absence. David Andrews was back on the field today, so that would indicate he's off of PUP. And Jake Bailey was out here booming punts at the end for that game. He's off the non-football illness list, I believe is what he was on. So he's back. Andrews is back. Good news for the Patriots.
We got to go catch a whole bunch of guys down here with set to talk, including Johnny Smith. Catch it all on our Bella's early edition with Trenny, Boston Sports Tonight, BST Friday. So we call it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Training Camp Central tonight. See you. You guys are great.